Beer News. Hello friends that like beer. In the beer news for the edition 124 of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto, we highlight chants in the Mondial de la Bière Rio 2020. Brazil's largest and most important beer consumer-focused event had to reinvent itself due to the restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The event that has already marked its presence in the city's calendar, which is being held annually in September at Pier Mauá, Porto Maravilha region in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, will not have its face-to-face edition in 2020. The Mondial de la Bière Rio 2020 will be free and virtual, broadcast through the event's YouTube. The virtual event will feature bands and DJs, lots of music and entertainment, guided tastings, content on craft beer, mixology, harmonization, virtual tours through breweries, among other attractions. The traditional glass of the festival, I have one from each edition, and the beers will be available by delivery. Connect to the Mondial de la Bière experience at home. Festival online, December 12, 2020. YouTube broadcast, Mondial de la Bière, Brazil. New A-B InBev factory. With the explosion in demand for canned beers, Ambev, Brazilian subsidiary of A-B InBev, accelerated its plans and inaugurated its new factory in Sete Lagoas, Minas Gerais, Brazil. The factory is dedicated to cans and has 2 lines for cans and 1 for lids, with a total production capacity of 1.5 billion cans per year. The production of canned beers was a major issue for the company during the pandemic, since the cost of producing cans is higher than that of returnable bottles. In the second quarter, the company reinforced the presence of 300 milliliter returnable bottles in supermarkets whose price per liter is 30% lower than cans. Ambev says that the new plant will use 100% renewable energy and all aluminum used in production will be Brazilian. 75% of which comes from recycling. Craft breweries crisis in England. New research from the Society of Independent Brewers shows that the England's independent breweries are struggling to cope with a falling beer sales, just as the government threatens them with increased taxes. Even after pubs and restaurants started to reopen this summer, beer sales remained at just 51% of what they would have expected for a normal July, and the new 10 p.m. curfew and rules around the table service only have given pubs and the brewery tap rooms another hurdle to jump. The fall in sales come just as the government is set to slash the small brewers relief, which was introduced to take account of these firms' relatively high cost of production and to allow them to compete with global brewers. The government is yet to reveal exactly how much these taxes will rise, and it is this uncertainty, which means 58% of brewers say they are delaying investments, 51% are delaying employing new staff, and 49% are delaying growing their brewing capacity. 68% of breweries have remained trading but brewed less volume. 35% of staff back full-time following furlough, and 30% back part-time in England. Brazilian Bodebrown Luppolo Grape IPA. Bodebrown launches Grape Ale with Trebbiano Grape Must. Bodebrown Brewery from Brazil launched the Luppolo Grape IPA, an Indian pale ale that brings the addition of white Trebbiano grape must in a 473 milliliters can. For Luppolo, the Trebbiano grape was used because it is a characteristic strain of the Veneto region of Italy, where several immigrants who settled in Brazil came from. The recipe receives 4 types of malt and the dry hopping from hops: Sorachiase from Japan, Galaxy from Australia, and Amarillo from USA. With 6.1% alcohol content, Luppolo offers floral and tropical fruit aromas. On the palate, there is a balance between the striking character of an IPA with refreshing, dry, and acidic touches. Reserva Dama 10. The Reserva line from Brazilian Dama beer project has already become a benchmark in Brazilian wood-aged beers. Reserva 10 is a wheat wine, a variation of barley wine with malt characteristics, notes of caramel honey, and a rich texture from wheat malt. The visual aspect has reflections ranging from gold to amber. Tall, soft body, and sweetness present harmoniously with the moderate bitterness. Delivers 11% of alcohol. Pabst brings back Schaefer beer. Schaefer beer, first produced in New York City during 1842 by the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, and in the mid-70s, one of the top-selling beers in the U.S., will be resurrected and brought back to New York City after 34 years. The Schaefer family, which sold the brewery in 1981 to the Stroh Brewery Company, which in turn was smelled by the Pabst Brewing Company in 1999. Pabst, owner of the Schaefer brand, which also owns other legacy beer brands like Pabst Blue Ribbon, Old Milwaukee, Lone Star, Rainier, Stroh's, Old Style, and Schlitz, decided not to relaunch the brand in its former home market. Initially, Schaefer will be available in the New York City area, but will soon be distributed to some upstate New York markets. The look and taste have been updated according to the company. The new Schaefer beer is a classic light American lager with just 3.8% of alcohol. Brazilian Cruls Brewery launches beer with addition of rum and infused with French oak. Cruls Brewery from Santa Maria, Federal District, Brazil, launched the CXP 03.1 beer. This is a version of the CXP 03, a label previously launched in the American Imperial Stout style. For this launch, this base beer received direct addition of rum, Flor de Cana Gran Reserva, 7 years, aged in bourbon barrels, and was infused with French oak spirals previously embedded in the same rum. The CXP 03.1 is an American Imperial Stout, a dark beer of medium body with an oily texture intensified by the presence of rum. With medium carbonatation, the aromas and flavors of chocolate, coffee, roasted malts, and American ropes from the base version mix with the tropical characteristics of the rum, in addition to gaining wood and spicy notes from the wood infusion. The recipe includes pale ale, Munich, Caragold, Crystal, chocolate, toasted barley malts, Magnum and Columbus hops, oat flakes, 7-year-old Flor de Cana Gran Reserva rum, and French oak. CXP is the experimental series of beers from Cruls craft brewery. The alcohol content is 8.5%, offered in 473 milliliters can, and it is available on the Cruls website at crulscervejaria.com.br. AlesSmith rolls out AlesSchmidt Oktoberfest. AlesSmith Brewing Company has officially rolled out their seasonal AlesSchmidt Oktoberfest brew, a German-style Marzen lager with 5.5% alcohol, characterized by its clean, elegant, and toasty malt character. Founded in 1995, AleSmith continues to be recognized by consumers and critics alike as one of the world's foremost craft brewing companies. In keeping with company's brewery-wide rebrand, fans of AleSmith may notice something a little different about the seasonal favorite this year. The new blue, white, and gold accented packaging is representative of the brew's crisp and toasty malt flavor profile. With its rebranding efforts coinciding with 2050 AleSmith anniversary year, it's provided an opportunity to redesign and reimagine the can lineup. Oktoberfest has remained one of fan favorite seasonals these last few years, and it was fun to refreshen up the packaging for this year's release. Each video of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto is open for sponsorship. If you want to sponsor, you can contact WhatsApp 55219 8883 4944. Our tasting Essa Está Gelada in Portuguese on Thursdays. It will be live on Instagram, Cesar Peixoto F1, always at 20 o'clock Brazilian hour. Later, the video goes to our YouTube channel. The full videos can be seen on our YouTube channel, Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share with friends, and invite them to subscribe to the channel too. The other social networks where we publish the other social networks are Instagram, Cesar Peixoto F1, Twitter, Cesar Peixoto F1, and Facebook, cesarpeixoto.info.br. For contact, we have the email progsobrecerveja@gmail.com and the WhatsApp 5521 98883 4944. The structure of the program includes one video in English every Monday, the beer news. The other videos from Monday to Friday are in Portuguese. This was the beer news for the edition 124 of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto.
Sobre cerveja, informação, entretenimento e os prazeres do mundo cervejeiro. A apresentação, Professor Cesar Peixoto.